What's going on, people? Uncle Hotep back at it again. How y'all doing out there? Call of Duty. Now, I haven't played a game. My Xbox is collecting dust. You know, I might use it for a DVD or a Blu-ray player. I used to play Destiny all last year. I haven't played shit since, man. Jesus Christ. But anyway, enough about my gaming experience. Let's talk about Call of Duty. It's coming out. There's a new flick. You know what I mean? New movie. I mean, new freaking game. And and both sides are acting like shines once again. Because Battlefield had, I guess that was a World War One game, and it had a Negro on the cover. That was going to Negro. They had a Negro as a playing character, and the people on the other side were like, "Oh man, this is not factually correct. Oh, they hardly had any Negro soldiers, or whatever, black soldiers, whatever." Like I said, I haven't played the game, so I didn't care. So I was looking on a poll, and people were talking about the Call of Duty that's coming out, and they had the trailer, and they were expecting the diversity, and they didn't see any. They said all the white men. They were like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's our war." So I didn't pay anything of it. I was like, "Oh well, whatever. Maybe they got it factually right, whatever." I don't know. I'm not one to jack off about World War II. If you think about it, it's the biggest loss that the GUI ever took. But that's a different story. That's a different story for a different video. Then I go in Polygon. I guess it's like a video review website, whatever. They write reviews about video games, and this is the title of the article. Call of Duty World War II's diversity is nothing more than marketing. A supporting cast just checks off the boxes. And I'm going to read this first paragraph here. Since American pop culture took control of World War II as a narrative, it has always been presented as a white man's war. From the sands of Iwo Jima to the Great Escape, the thin red line to Saving Private Ryan, that's the perspective you get. Call of Duty World War II isn't going to change this, but it sure wants credit for trying. Now, Jesus Christ. Now the article goes on, they did have I guess they did have a woman in there, they had a child in there, they had a Jewish person in there, and I think they might have had a couple black people. I guess there was, in World War II, there was a couple black squads, regiments, battalions. Not battalions, probably too big, but squads that were in World War II and fighting. It was down during, the segregation time period. This is the thing, man. Diversity for the sake of diversity is trash. I want to almost say diversity for the sake of diversity is trash. If people want to corner the market on something, let them do it. I mean, that's more power to them. As far as World War II being the white man's war, it was the white man's war. It took place in Europe, for goddamn sake. What the fuck? I don't want no credit for it. They can leave black people out of every World War II game from here to Kingdom Come. I don't care. Ask some Negro, do they care? They don't care. Yes, I know there was some blacks that fought in World War II. And then they came home and they faced segregation. They fought for their country in World War II and couldn't get a job, couldn't sleep in certain hotels and all this other jazz. So was it worth for them to fight in World War II? Hindsight is 2020. If it was me in my current mental state, I'd have been like, hell nah. That's enough. That's a different story. World War II was a white man's war, Polygon. It's that simple. Let's not change history. Not this is so pathetic. This is really so pathetic. This diversity outreach program that's in games and stuff like that. Nobody cares about the shit. Is the gameplay right? Is it good? Is the game good? I remember a time we used to just worry about is the game okay? Is it great? Not worried about what characters were in the game and was everybody represented. You don't have to have representing of everybody in everything. This is the same argument that we use in the shea butter apocalypse, the shea moisture apocalypse, if you will. These some black women want to be in all the ads. You don't have to be in all the ads. They put a white woman in the shea moisture commercial. These people went wild. And that's a perfect example. This is how the African American, the Alkata, the Shine acts just like their counterparts. Some people will cry, "Oh, there were no black." Like if you go back to the Battlefield game, "Oh, there were black people fighting in the war." Like I wouldn't even give a shit. It was fucking war is dumb. When is war cool? War is never cool. All wars are bankers' wars. You're not saving anything. You're fucking saving shekels for the bankers. It's that simple. And now you want diversity so everybody can be well represented. Why would I want to be represented in a conflict that costs millions and millions of people's lives? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Then I look at the Allegra Frank. Jesus Christ. Is Allegra a common woman's name? I never heard it. You know what I mean? She's at Legs Frank on Twitter. She's like light skinned, you know. And she's sitting there talking about diversity. Then I go through her pictures and I want to see as white people. So, Allegra, you don't even have diversity in your goddamn friends. You're the only Negro in there. So where's the diversity in your friends? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You know what I mean? This is, the elites have sink their hooks into the gaming industry. No stone, there's no escape, like Darth Vader said. You know what I mean? No stone will be left unturned in the social media, the social engineering projects that the elite have. But she's so off the mark, and whoever else wrote that streaming pile of garbage. O&S good. O&S, you suck. You know what I mean? Stop being a cuck for right. It's unbelievable. I'm going to read the last paragraph. References to the experiences of persons of color and women in the Second World War are well and good. But when white men get the solemn treatment of brotherhood and black men and women get the, "hey, we got them too" marketing cadence, it all reeks of insincerity, especially when not a single woman or person of color was presented on stage, which has given them some weight to the important roles they are said to play in Call of Duty World War II. You know what I mean? You know, if you want to tell a story of women in World War II, then make a game for it. If you want to tell a story of black men in World War II, you can make a game for it. It's that simple. You know what I mean? You don't have to have inclusion and diversity and everything. It insults people. It's insulting me. Allegra, it should insult you. Stop being a shine, Allegra, and get off the social justice warrior high horse. You know what I mean? Let games be games. Can we go back to that, please?